and welcome to Inner Circle Guidance. Today we're going to be doing a collective reading, but for those of you who are new to the circle, hello and welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I post new videos every single day. If you're looking for daily short tarot readings, check out my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube shorts. If you're looking for personal services or personal readings, I offer them through my website, innercircleguidance.com. Let's find out what the circle needs to know today. Oh. Oh, okay. All right. That was interesting. So these cards fell out. Then the devil fell out and split the deck. So let's find out here first what these are. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Nine of Wands. Okay. I'm going to take 3 more cards of clarity. Okay, we have the High Priestess that fell out. We have the Eight of Cups. We have, wow, okay, we have the Ten of Swords. We have the Moon on the bottom of the deck. All right. I think I'm getting a much clearer picture on this now. I'm very much seeing that it's very clear to me that a lot of you are on a journey of self-discovery at this time, because we have the Eight of Cups here. We have 2 tens on the table, the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Wands. We have the Moon on the table. We also have the Nine of Wands, which is leading up to the Ten of Wands. A lot of you are going through this major transformation that is going to be bringing about a lot of healing from the past. It's going to be bringing you closer with your intuition and your spiritual gifts, your spirit guides, and the spirit realm in general. And you're going to be unchaining yourself from a lot of mindsets and things that have been holding you back. However, some of you are impatient with this process. The Knight of Swords is an energy of coming and charging in without really thinking about the consequences. The fact that you got 2 tens here, and they're both tens of burden or pain or suffering or betrayal, and you have the Three of Swords on the table, and you have the Devil on the table. Some of these things that you are working through and that are closing out, and these cycles that are closing out, are extremely emotional. They're very difficult mindsets and things that you're having to overcome. They're very difficult challenges, and like you are figuring out how to tackle mountains, not molehills here. And the reason why I'm saying that, and the reason why I'm saying that's important, is because this is going to take some time. It's going to take you going through this at your own pace. A lot of change is already happening. 10-10 indicates that. We also have 2 sevens on the table here, but you are very much being encouraged to embrace the changes, but not force them to happen. And some of you want to come charging in and you want to just work on everything simultaneously, and you're kind of miscalculating your own energy here of what you can handle all at one time in terms of your expending energy. You're being asked to slow down a little bit here, and instead of forcing these changes to happen, get more into a flow state of allowing the change to come to you versus you chasing after it. Some of you are working with the right intentions, but not from the correct energy. And it's causing more emotional upheaval. It's causing you to be more tired. It's causing more challenges and things to present themselves. Because instead of working on unchaining these mindsets and removing them and rewriting them, You're trying to move forward at this really fast pace while simultaneously doing that. So what's happening is you're trying to shift timelines, but you're racing ahead. So instead of jumping from one timeline to the next and then moving forward, what's happening is the two timelines are kind of going at a parallel and they're crisscrossing at random times. So what's happening is your manifestations, sometimes you're on one track, which is the track that I'm feeling you want to be on. And at other times you're on a track from your past and they keep going like this, jumping back and forth. Because instead of working on your healing and taking that one step at a time, you're getting impatient and you're moving forward and trying to do it all at once. And so instead of getting very clear on the rewriting of your mindsets and the feelings that you want to feel in your healing, you are doing it all at once, to where some days you're focused on your healing, other days some of these old mindsets are more present in the background and you're not paying as much attention to it because you're focused on these other things. A lot of people are feeling pressure right now to achieve their material gain because of the Lionsgate portal and because of the super full moons that are happening and the super moons. But if you aren't taking advantage of this healing energy at this time first, you're going to constantly be on this jumping planes of back and forth where they're crisscrossing. Instead of crisscrossing and doing it all at once, slow down a little bit and focus on the healing. All of the material stuff will come, but you've got to work on the inner part first. The inner part comes before the external part, before the material stuff, before the financial stability, whatever it is that you're looking to achieve. You've got to do the work and the inner work first. All of that other stuff will come inherently when you do the work first, because you'll be in the right energy and the right frequency for it to be there. But if you keep doing this jumping back and forth, you're going to be receiving a lot of opportunities, but you may not be able to keep them because you may not be in the right frame of mind, the right energy, or moving forward with the right attitude. Slow down a bit. Allow yourself to take things in stages, and you need to prioritize yourself, your healing, your energy, your vitality. If you're moving at such a fast pace that you're getting tired, your body is going to start to break down. You're going to start getting sick. Things are going to start happening to where you are going to start manifesting things that are going to make you sit down and rest. Don't allow yourself to get to that point. Take care of your health and your spiritual well-being and your physical well-being and your mental well-being first. You should come first before these other material things, before whatever else it is that you're trying to achieve. And the reason why you should come first is because self-care, number one, is not selfish. If you are the creator of your outer world through your inner world, that means if you are caring for yourself and you are putting yourself first and making yourself a priority, then you are creating more of that energy, which means that you're creating more of a healthy, balanced, happy energy for not only you, but the people who embody that energy around you. The other thing about that is you don't want to achieve all your material gain and all of those types of things at the sacrifice or expense of other things. You're putting conditions on your abundance and your manifestations and limitations on your abundance and your manifestations that shouldn't be there because you are manifesting it. Do you all get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Because when you are in this mindset that your material gain means more than you do, more than your physical, mental, spiritual well-being, then you begin to create energy where you are creating conditions for why, when, and how you should receive things. You are having to sacrifice one thing for another. Abundance is an overflow of everything. You don't have to sacrifice anything in order to receive it, other than you can sacrifice your negative mindsets and the things that don't serve you to create more of a magnetization of it. But you don't actually have to sacrifice yourself, your dreams, your goals, your health, your spiritual well-being, your physical well-being, your mental well-being to receive. The universe loves you unconditionally. The energy is not biased. You decide whether or not the energy is positive or negative by how you react to it. You decide whether or not there are conditions to how you receive things. Oftentimes, we put these conditions on ourselves to only receive that which we think we have sacrificed enough for, we've learned enough for, or we're worthy and deserving enough for. Unconditional love is unconditional because there's no condition to it. There's no you having to sacrifice or you have to do A, B, and C in order to receive. That's not how it works. Some of you are caught in that mindset, and what you're doing is because you're charging ahead so quickly, because you think somehow by moving faster you're going to receive more, which is not the case. That's where some of these mindsets of the self-improvement negative cycle, where the self-improvement becomes an addiction instead of you're improving because it's what you want, because it's what makes you happy. If you're doing it for validation, that's where these mindsets and things start to come in, because you start to realize that you don't have a healthy work-life balance, or you think that you have to sacrifice your health in order to receive your financial gain. None of those things are the conditions of which the universe works. They're the conditions in which you, as the master manifestor of your life, have decided works. Focus on your mindsets. Focus on aligning to this new idea of abundance. Try to open your mind up to allowing the blessings and miracles to come to you unconditionally, without limitation, without specific conditions, without specific worthiness, or A, B, and C has to be X, Y, Z. Start just saying, you are worthy because you are. You can have it because you can. It's that simple. You don't have to sacrifice these things. You don't have to rush to the finish line. You don't have to do that. Enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. This is meant to be enjoyable, but you, as your master manifestor self, have to decide that you don't have to put these limitations on yourself or these conditions on yourself in order to have it. You can just have it. And I know it sounds simple, but it's not a simple concept, because you'll start to realize as you move forward that you put conditions on things by the way that you put labels on them, or the way that you try to force certain changes to happen, or you try to force certain situations, or you get impatient to receive something. This is a longevity. This is a marathon, not a race. This is the key to overall abundance manifestation, but not only that, entering a higher tier of it and also being able to maintain it. This is all the nitty-gritty it gets down to. The universe is trying to show you the small things that seem insignificant that lead to massive change. Your little habits, your little thought processes, the little ways you feel about things. Start challenging these ideas. Stop rushing and trying to get to the end. There's never going to be a finish line where you're going to be there and you're going to be like, all right, I'm done. Because even if you achieve everything you set out to achieve tomorrow, you're going to get bored, and eventually there's going to be something else that's going to come about that you want to do, because that's what we do. We elevate, and then our goals elevate. That's normal. But you've got to slow down a bit, and you've got to start thinking about this a little bit differently. The universe is really pushing you towards this. You've got to slow down. You've got to be a little bit more open-minded here. It's going to make a huge difference in the way that you perceive your outer world and your inner world. So your affirmation for this reading is, I am open to seeing things differently. Please show me how to see things differently. And as always, may your life be full of light, full of love, abundance, and gratitude. I'll see you next time.